Siddeley comes forward. All in line, we set and ready to go. All clear. Racing, first leg of this afternoon's Pick 6. Strata along the inside began quickly, so too did Siddeley. The red and white colours very pacey. Between runners, we got Kailami Girl, and then comes Blue Holly, who settles on the heels of the early speed. Deeper out, we got Ani San, who's moving up into the firing line, and Savik sits deeper out the turf. Then comes October Morn, as they settle fully into stride down the hill past the 800. Siddeley, I'd say, had come to the front to lead the way from Strata Racing in second. Blue Holly's on the heels of the early speed. Then comes Ani San, Kailami Girl being followed by Magmalicious Savik. Ticket to Vegas racing next, and behind that we got Vandalize. Just on 400 metres left to go in Siddeley. In front, being held together down the inside, Blue Holly. She starts to move into contention. Strata's going with them on the inside. Deeper out, we got Anisan. Then comes Kailami Girl. October Morn starts to kick up on the outside. 200 metres left to go. Siddeley being held together in front. Down the inside, Blue Holly is being popped. The question, Anisan, and down the inside, Kailami Girl has taken off. It's Siddeley in front from Kailami Girl. Siddeley hanging tough. Kailami Girl is catching with each and every stride. It's very close between Kailami Girl and Siddeley. There's a nose in it on the line. Then came Anisan and October Morn. Siddeley was in front from the word go, being held together, and now Kailami Girl comes out the pack and she starts to chase her home. It's Siddeley from Kailami Girl, and these two have come to do a duel. They draw alongside of each other into the closing stages. Heads up, heads down at the line. Siddeley prevails over Kailami Girl. Then came Ani San, and behind that we had October Morn.
Race 3, follow Cape Racing on social media. Maiden juvenile plates for the fillies this time. And the winner, number 3, Siddeley, daughter of Lancaster Bomber. Well done to Zanele. He's received his R1,000 from Hollywood Bets and Cape Racing, so congratulations to him. He's got a lovely filly on his hands. And Richard was aboard. A lovely finish. We enjoyed that, but it was quite close.
Yes, I had this whole idea of riding this filly quietly, getting a couple of horses to follow, teaching her the right sort of thing. But she came out with her head on her chest, and I was swinging on, and she just wasn't coming back to me. So eventually you have to accept it and just let her find a comfortable stride and, ride a race from there. And I rode her track work, and I came back and said to Justin, this filly definitely feels like she needs a mile. He's like, no, I agree, but, we're starting in the 6 furlongs and we'll build from there. But gates open, she had her own idea, and she was very green. I went after her. She shied away from me like 2-3 times, and then when the runner-up came flying, she shied again, and I thought, okay, now she's done enough damage now to get beat. But it's a big goal, makes a difference. Just happy to have my head down on the line, but she's so immature, but could be anything. So I'll keep my eye on this filly, see if I can build on her. But well done to Justin, to Jono. There was a lot of deciding to do when the noms came out, but ended up being on the right one. And then obviously special thank you to Lamaskral. I was up there yesterday storming through one of the little farms to get up to Chevelle. Little did I know that's not a little road to go through, but made up for it. So lovely win. Thank you to Lamaskral again, and then obviously to my sponsors at Winning Form.
Well done, Richard.
Thank you.
There you go, Richard, taking us through the race. And Justin, as I think the theme has been of the first 3 races, that the horses have the ability. It just depends on how they take the racing and how green they can be. But this filly thankfully prevailed to win a good race.
Yes, I must be honest, I was quite surprised. She'd done it the hard way. Into Southeaster. It's never easy. You can with 1200 from the front. It's got to be the hardest 1200 you can run in South Africa. So I was quite game, very game. You could see she'd probably 50 out. She'd said, this is enough. So very game effort to keep up and, win this race. So to Peter, really well done. Interesting. Lancaster Bomber out of a trippy mare. We know where that comes from. So well done to Peter. Fantastic. He's getting some of these mares and breeding them, very good for Lancaster, I think, having a winner with us. I've got quite a few in training, so looking forward to those coming out. Yes, and just, as I said, funny enough, there was a very nice horse that Peter bought at the sales, and that's with me at the moment. And he said, well, it needs a companion, so he sent this filly as the companion. And she's already won, and the one that originally came hasn't. But she's a nice filly, and she'll come out soon as well. So really well done to him. It's an absolute pleasure training for him here in the Western Cape.
And I think it's just lovely to see. I mean, it's the start of their careers. A lot of them start off for a little bit, go for a rest and come back. So it's exciting for us to follow them through their careers and just see how it pans out for them.
I think this is a filly that the best thing for her now is to put her away a little bit, to be honest. I think she's a filly that will mature. I trained the mother. She went over a little bit of a trip. She's, as I said, I think just be a bit patient with her. She'll furnish into a nice filly. Yeah, as I said, just keep the ball rolling at the moment, so it's going well.
Well done, Justin.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, that's Justin Snaith taking us through his comments. Number 7, Siddeley, and rightfully mentioned he trained the mother Sunset Trip. Well done to Lammerskraal Stud for not only owning but also breeding this filly. Lancaster Bomber, as advertised, bombs away. They really are nice sorts, so keep an eye on them. Well done to Richard for riding and keeping her going despite being a little bit green, and she did it the hard way. But let's hear from MJ. He's got Gareth, who was runner-up there, and let's hear his comments to see if we can keep an eye on his filly next time.
Yeah, thanks, Vicky. Gareth Rutt, Kalami Gold. It was quite a tight finish. You just saying that she was just a little bit too green.
Yes, you know, she moved through them quite well today. I thought with momentum I might have got up, but it was very close at the line. So I think just greenness, when she got to that horse, she hesitated slightly, but promising run, promising debut. So I think there's a lot to look forward to.
Gareth, not too much wind out there. What's the track like?
No, the track's still a bit firm, but there's not much wind at all, to be honest. Didn't feel any of it.
Gareth, thanks very much for your comments. It's Gareth Rutt, just ridden Kalami Gold. Filly just got beaten, and I'm sure she won't take too long to win a maiden. Let's do the race. Close race of race 3 at Hollywood Bets Kenilworth.